Frogs, slimy green critters, and loved by everyone on the planet, even with their protruding eyes and webbed feet. Australia used to be a safe haven for frogs, with a stunning selection of 220 amphibious beauties. This country was once known for its vast options of frog to sightsee, and a national French hotspot for food on the hot pot. For the past few decades though, a third of Australia's frogs have become considered threatened, and 3 have already croaked it. The exact reason differs per frog species. It could be because of our introduction of super predators into our ecosystem, such as the increasing feral cat problem, found to kill 225 species each year, or the greedy fishermen who use the booming corroboree frog population as bait, and saw our thriving frog population as a goldmine. It could also be due to the increasingly homophobic nature of news outlets scaring the frogs back into the water closet,
putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay,
causing the frogs to drop their tail and drop the soap, decreasing their reproduction statistics. This is quite a disappointing statistic, and such I've taken into my own hands to reproduce the frogs myself, using the method of teenage parents, loud music and dangerous substances. The Pobblebonk is a native Australian frog named after its comical mating call, recognisable by its distinctive bonk sound. Otherwise known as the banjo frog, its banjo's drum call can be heard from their dens at night, as they try to attract all the hot single frogs they keep getting ads for, with their cool string instrument. Sadly, banjo's country genre sound only attracts the occasional toad and isn't recognised as a string instrument with sex appeal. To help the male banjo frog strum some of the opposite gender, I've set up a temporary Playboy mansion for the male frog and used some seductive banjo music to try lure in some frogs of the female agenda.
Kissing toads again, and I can.
In the past, it seemed my area was quite potent in female frogs, though recently it appears that the hot single amphibians that were in my area have all vanished. Older frog terrariums seem to be popular bait among other animals in my backyard, so I've overlapped some of the male banjo frog's mating call on top of the regular banjo frog's mating call and hope to attract some porous pals. I don't speak fluent frog, and I'm hoping the call I've used isn't secretly a sleazy Frenchman making frog noises for a cheap snack.
Enchanté, mademoiselle. J'adore les grenouilles.
I'll leave the Playfrog mansion overnight and hopefully find a satisfied set of frogs in the morning and not a foreign 3-course meal. As banjo frogs are a burrowing species, I've dug a few holes in my neighbour's garden bed and emptied it into the tank. Hopefully the tank door is too small for any feral cats to use as a dirt for gardening. First night of intense string music, all I ended up with was an abundance of different quarterphones and various anonymous death threats from neighbours, who most likely also despise banjo strumming. After fine-tuning a Frogs themed Spotify playlist and altering where the speaker was to stop any more flaming sharp objects from making their way into my backyard, I thought it'd be a perfect evening to find some slimy associates. While waiting for nightfall, I wrote down my favourite frog jokes to tell and made sure to get rid of any other strings in my household that could cause jealousy. Going to bed that night, all I could think about was how nice it would be to replenish the frog population. I also thought consciously and unconsciously how much I hate banjo music.
Wait to kiss some toads again. They're always hopping in my garden at night time.
Almost as much as my neighbours, who continued to throw large objects into my backyard. After 8 long hours of Creedence Clearwater and toad music, not only do I have a hatred for John Froggity, but I also seem to have caught a different species of frog, the ever-declining green tree frog. It's evident from the green tone and large nature of the frog that not only is it the wrong species of frog, but it is also a large country fan, by its Lynyrd merchandise. And while this is a very succulent looking frog, and if in Paris, I would be a rich man, is supporting artificial country music, and would rather produce my own organic banjoing symphonies through some croaky companions. The piles of hot single frogs allegedly in my area are complete false advertising, and such. I'm waving a white flag, and I'm throwing in the towel the burning notes, amphibian aneurysms from nightly country music, and $2.99 a month for frogging frog tinder have sent me off the deep end. F it, I don't even like frogs anyway.
Kissing toads again. I can't wait to kiss my slimy friends. They just want